Women of Reddit, what is something men do in bed that you wish they didn't do? Please don't do anything except vanilla sex unless we've discussed otherwise, especially if we are having sex for the first time. I had sex with a Tinder date that I hadn't met before, and he immediately started choking me without warning. Shit can get weird and scary real quick, especially if you already feel uncomfortable with a new guy. Sex for the first time can be awkward enough. Don't start choking anyone or ask for fingers in your booty hole unless you've talked about it before and she's cool with it. Edit. This shouldn't make a difference, but this was a guy I had talked to for months and really liked and trusted. I'm not hating on kinks, just ask before you do anything, especially if it's your first time with each other. When I say stop, or I'm not feeling it to something we've done in the past, actually just stop. I wasn't lying before that I like it, but some sex things are affected by mood. If I'm not in the mood, I don't want it. Forcing the issue or acting proud why? Because I'm not into something. That night isn't sexy or fun. Okay, I'm doing a mix of shoulds and shouldn'ts. More of having sex at a more reasonable pace with hip rolling instead of pure jackhammering. This way feels amazing. Jackhammering kind of numbs the feeling of sex. A more sensual pace feels more, well, sensual and pleasurable. Less of putting a finger up my butt and then trying to finger my vagina. WTF, guys? Seriously disturbed by the number of men who don't get that you can't do this. It's basically a guaranteed infection. And more of keeping it simple during oral. Try tracing a gentle but firm infinity symbol over the clit again and again. Less of rubbing around the entrance of my vagina with your finger. What is this? At worst it itches/hurts. At best it feels uncomfortable and gives the impression that you've never touched a vagina before. More of kissing along spine, back of neck and shoulder blades. I DK about other people, but this is super sensitive for me. I'll start with I'm a dude. Yes, I own a penis. However, my sex life got 300x better when I did these couple things. Realize women are way different from both guys and each other. Every woman is different, but most enjoy communication and foreplay a lot. Women like gentle touch. Start something slowly and gently. Going straight into anything with a woman is usually going to elicit an eye roll. It will either be in the moment or later when she's reliving the encounter with her girlfriends. Foreplay, good damn it. I don't care if you don't like it. I don't care if you have to be inside this girl right now. You have to warm her up. You just spent 2 hours at dinner pretending to care that she's mad at Becky for being a bitch. You can spend 30 minutes kissing and touching her body lightly. Remember that bit about women being different? If this thread is any indication, women are way different in bed. That thing you did for your ex that made her scream? Yeah, it's probably not going to work on this girl. You've got to learn what this girl likes. It's actually fun and satisfying to figure it out and really get her off. Lose your ego in bed. Request communication and honest feedback. Do what she asks. Then, maybe, instead of her sighing and trying to get it over with like a chore, she'll start propositioning you for sex. My girlfriend does this quite a bit. Mostly because I've communicated that I enjoy that, but additionally because we've talked about it and found a rhythm that gets us both off. Ladies, everything I said is subject to your. When I'm just about to come, like literally a second away, please don't change what you are doing. Don't suddenly change speed or technique. Just keep doing exactly what you were doing. The amount of times this has happened to me, and it changes a potentially mind-blowing orgasm into a mere one. I gotta say, I saw and read the men's version of this thread, and was excited to see the women's thread, thinking yay, a fun thread for women to share what they'd like/enjoy more of. But instead it's about the stuff barring sexual pleasure, i.e. don't choke me without asking, don't flop over and fall asleep the second you come, dummy, and leave my cervix out of it, etc. This is all stuff that needs to be common knowledge, so I'm glad people are sharing. but the disparity between the two threads is just like, damn. / men's thread, fun extra / additional things you want women to do to make sex better. vs women's thread, basic stuff you want men to stop doing so you can actually enjoy sex. I know I'm generalizing a bit, but yeah. Hold off on coming for hours. Yes, it'd be cool if you didn't come in 30 seconds, but you don't have to prove to me that you can go all night. My vagina is gonna get sore from the constant thrusting pretty quick. If you happen to come quick, rat, I must be doing something right. Now let's focus on my clit, and if you can really go all night by the time in done you'll be ready for round 2. I had a guy buy numbing spray once, so he could be the fucking Energizer Dick Bunny. He has no idea where he put it after that first night. That's because I put it in the dumpster out back. Switching it up too much to try every porno position you've ever watched. That stuff is for camera angles and isn't comfortable. If there's good groove going, just do that for a while. Hey, my clit is super sensitive. Light, feather strokes of the hand please. Do not press your fingers into it. It's not an elevator button. Edit, for fuck's sake. This is how I, and apparently many other women, feel. But this is not indicative of how every woman feels. Probably proper practice to start off slow, and ask the lady if she'd like more pressure. Thanks. Immediately pull off my clothes, and insert the dick. Just because you are hard doesn't mean I'm magically turned on. I need a few minutes to become lubricated. Try some kissing, touching with clothes on, slowly taking clothes off, etc. I need foreplay too, and know your dick hitting my clit right before insert doesn't count. Don't rub my clitoris like you are scratching off a scratch card. Also please don't squeeze my tits super hard. Yes, they are attached. And while I'm here, if you finish before me, at least have the decency to help me finish too. Most of these are already listed, but I will reiterate. Do not come in my hair unless we have agreed beforehand that you can do this. Do not just shove your dick in without lube and foreplay. If we agree that you can choke me during sex, don't do it so hard, and listen to me if I tell you it's uncomfortable. Yo, can't breathe. Please talk a little. I don't like quiet sex. If I'm talking to you, I want you to talk too. Don't pinch my nipples until I'm good and turned on. If I say it hurts whether you think you're pinching or not. And for fuck's sake, touch more than my boobs and crotch. Quickies are awesome every now and then, but not every time. Just because they are already hard and think it's okay to give you a quick couple of fingers. Appreciate sometimes it is a quickie, but just because you're ready to get down to business doesn't mean you can shove it in me when I'm practically still as dry as a camel's hoof. Sheesh. I love my nipples being touched / rubbed over clothing and bare, but I'm actually a huge not fan of them being sucked. I'm not even particularly vanilla, but I just feel like you're a baby and trying to nurse, and it doesn't feel good, and it's always too hard. I've never once had someone be gentle enough. Every partner I've had has been into that, and I'll happily put up with a little of it, but not if you're going to hurt me. Cuddle with his pillow all night, every night, except the moment he wants sex, and after go back to his pillow. Add to the obvious, and yet super frequent, care for her pleasure, and not only yours. I realized it's quite often we have sessions where I just pleasure him and that's it. I'm okay with that part, but never ever he just pleasure me, and be okay with that. I have to finish him every time. Also, communication is indeed important, but when it become a detailed list updated every 10 seconds, where you have no room for initiatives or even do what you want, it's dead. Go buy a fucking robot. Guys that don't take off their shirts during sex. Why? It's uncomfortable, it gets sweaty, and it's not sexy. Why would you do all that in order to not be naked from the waist up? I get that some people are self-conscious, but again, I obviously found you attractive enough to sleep with you, so just take the damn shirt off. When men wants a BJ, but refuses to return the favor. When you go too soft on me. Sometimes I just want to be drowned down on the bed and taken. Be rough. Don't switch between my clit and vag. The more you switch, the longer it'll take for me to come. Don't pound it in. If you do my rear, it hurts. Use lube. My boyfriend watches stuff in his tablet when we are in bed. I hate it. It's always loud. He always has to watch act movies late at night. Drives me crazy. Look aghast when you won't come instantly in 2 minutes, like they've seen in porn. It's okay to enjoy the sensations of whatever parts of sex you like, but oral sex is a particular offender here. The aim is pleasure and intimacy, rather than an orgasm. An orgasm is awesome, of course, but viewing that as a goal can quickly kill the mood for both parties. If the guy gets frustrated that doing whatever activity doesn't magically get his partner off in no time at all. Also wish men felt more free to be vocal. Even grunts and moans are way better than silence. Come for me baby. Just because you say it doesn't mean I can flick a switch and just come. That shit takes concentration. Like, if you wanna say it, cool. Just say it as I'm coming and we're golden. Most of the men I've been with don't really ever take their time with foreplay. It's like they don't realize how important this is. They just want to go straight to pounding. Like I have had to tell my boyfriend to slow down numerous times, because he will just rub me for like a few seconds then want to whip his dick in. Be quiet while we are intimate in any form. I want to hear you. Also guys, do the starfish too. If I'm on top of you, for God's sake touch me, kiss, move my hips, make noises like you like it. Don't put your hands under your head or lay them on the bed. The only time I think that's okay is if I'm pinning you down. Porn talk. I'm all for some dirty talk, but no, I do not get hot when I hear you want that, you little whore, over and over and over again. Oh, also asking immediately after if I got off. If you honestly have to ask, then no, I didn't. I cannot stand it when my boyfriend tries to make me deep throat harder than I actually can. When he puts his hand on my back of my head, kinda forcing it closer and closer. Yeah, I know what I mean. Like, dude, do you want puke all over your dick? The classic once he's done it's all over flop, leaving her hanging. Sure, you're knackered, but try mustering that last little bit of energy to do something for her. Other than that, my biggest peeve over the years has been finding grit/dirt/crumbs in the bed because he sat on it with shoes on, ate peanuts, or perhaps whittled a small chess set from splintery wood. I don't know, I wasn't there. I just got to sleep in the uncomfortable aftermath. When on my high school senior field trip, I was the only girl in a group of guys in a travel party for New York City. They called me the mom friend because I kept helping them out with things like getting water for them and getting souvenirs and gifts. But on the inside, I felt like I was buying their affection so I could build an army of guys who would do what I want. I was such an attention whore that day, and apparently so nice, that 2 of the guys confessed to having feelings for me for years and wanted to tell me, since I've always been nice to them. One has moved on and is engaged. The other I have a friends with benefits relationship with. I still keep in contact with both.